we want to focus our new month that it is time to make it happen, to make what happen, to make your dreams come true, to make, everything that you got started with this industry, to make it really build to where you want it to be. It's all about going through growth, right? We need to experience growth. And if we are not growing, then we're not being challenged. And so again, welcome to all those who have been part of this Wednesday's webinars with me. This is very, very huge for me because every Wednesday, my goal is to keep driving the momentum, to keep building upon our belief system and our support to you as an independent business owners. We here at the corporate team, whether it's Peter, our customer service team, whether it's myself, whether it's marketing, whether it's our corporate executive team, we are here to keep helping you have, this amazing success with building your Life Farm business. So you can see the agenda right here. It's pretty clear. The time to make it happen. We're going to highlight just showcasing what we did in the month of July, and that we are ready to get started and really answer some questions about what we announced last week as a teaser. And now I want to train every Wednesday night about the most exciting thing, is that our market, which includes North America, which includes Canada, Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica, as well as to our Hispanic market. In the house, we want you to know that North America, and of course USA, I don't want to forget USA, that we consider that as North America. And then of course, Oceania market includes Australia, New Zealand, our IBOs from there, that we are now able to say, yes, it is happening. We are part of the EU, which we call it EU because it's in Europe. That's the only reason why. The Mediterranean cruise that is now going to become a global incentive trip for everyone to earn. So I'm going to talk about that tonight, and then just going to go over some North America and Oceania tools and training, and our current business, our current product or business promotions if we have any. All right, so let's go. 30-day sprint. We have done a phenomenal job with your support as you as leaders. It is amazing for us to see here at the corporate office. I'm a data-driven girl, and so I look at what we're at and what we need to do. And I know that we're not perfect, and I know that we have so much more to do and so much more to do for you, to show you how supportive we are and how much we are here to root for you, to see you grow your business. So I gotta say, we are astounded. When we launched the 30-day sprint, I'll be honest, the beginning of May, I think the end of May, when we were already doing, the bonus action bonus for the May for all those who attended the webinars, we did such a phenomenal job with that. We saw enrollments really go high. It was probably the highest enrollments that we've experienced with the company since I've been a part of the company. And then June, with the challenges that happened, with our products, our inventory, we just were probably basically not able to supply demand, right? We weren't able to supply the demand of our products. And of course, the shipping issues, all the challenges that we faced as a company. And I know you felt the pain too, and you felt the struggle. We were like, what can we do to keep the momentum going? And that's why July was like, build that momentum, keep that momentum. What does the momentum look like to you? And I want to say that, we did see such amazing results. And thanks to you leaders, that we were able to pay out over 170 IBOs, and we will continue to pay, and that we already just tracking as of the report of August 4th, that we paid out $68,000 and had over 800 enrollments for this alone. So that is amazing. And one thing I also want to now tell you is that part of what I do is that we recognize those who've worked hard. And I just want to give some shout outs. I know that we will be doing a special one at our virtual training business bootcamp on August 29th, hint, hint. So please put that on your calendar to attend. But we also had our Oceania IBOs during all these things that have been happening to Australia, and the delays and the shipping. and just even our demand of our products being, you know, oh, we just not saturated, but we had so much that we weren't able to fill them all. But we have some amazing IBOs that hit Ruby. Yes, Ruby. And I will share that so that we can really hold to what they've done, because I'm going to be asking them to share their testimonials on our virtual training business bootcamp in the end of August. So I want to be able to let you all know that we have already seen just in our markets some rank advancement. So people who started with our company, joined Life Farm, have been able to build in their organization and been able to see success. So I want to be able to give shout outs to them at that time during our virtual training business bootcamp. So with that, let me just go over just a few more things with you. I want to give kudos and shout outs. Hello there, Bob. Hi, Curtis, Don, Ethel. Thank you so much for joining. I see two Ethels. So Ethel, so I'm glad that we have you. Irene, hello, hi, Joan, and Kathleen, and Nina, and Peter, and Robin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting you all on to be able to allow to talk. I know this is the first time that we're doing this webinar where I'm actually going to be able to have you speak. I want you to know I'm going to go over the North America Cruise Incentive a little bit more to answer questions. And I'm going to answer questions that have been asked prior to tonight so that you might be having these questions as well, and that they can be answered with what we're going over. So in the chat room, please let me know. And Nina, I think you're still on, right? I see. Hi there, Nina. Yeah. So I want to make sure that you understand what this is all about for tonight. Tonight is that we want to really train on what we've opened up is the 2021 cruise was not intended for any other markets but for Europe. So let me just digress a little bit. For those who qualified for the 2020 cruise that was supposed to happen this June, do you remember that we as a team here at corporate, when we were able to open it up to our North American Oceania market, it was last August, and I'm sorry, not even last August. I think it was last November. It was after our Mexico cruise, actually, that I went back to Wiki and I said, you know, our leaders that are in our markets want to earn and qualify for the big global incentive, you know, the big cruise, the biggest cruise, the most important coveted cruise. And so he said, okay, it's okay, let's do it. And so the previous EU management team was like, okay, we'll do it for just this one, just this year. And so you all worked really hard. For many of you know who I'm talking about. Robin, Joan, Irene, Lubov, you know, Nina, Marina's, they worked so hard. All of the leaders that were like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm going to be able to get on the EU cruise for 2020, which was going to be June, this last June, right? This past June, to going to Italy, and then sailing from Italy to go to Croatia and the Rhapsody of the Seas. And we know because of COVID that it was not possible, and that none of us could have ever imagined the beginning of the year of 2020 that we would be here where we had to completely cancel because of COVID. Yes, I am saying that. It is true. If everything that's happened, you know, our company as well as everybody in the world, we're saying we're on a halt. We cannot do a 2020 cruise. And so with that, you might be asking, well, what about I qualified for 2020? What's going to happen to me because I qualified for the 2020 cruise? We hear you, and we know that you want to get on another trip. We are working right now because we have a new EU management team. And because of the new EU management team and myself, as well as our corporate executive team, and with your feedback, we are working to try to find a very much trip that's replacing the 2020 cruise. It has already been discussed that it was going to be a Croatia trip that would be for April of 2021. Well, the good news is that it's not a locked done deal. meaning we as a new EU management team, he is not set on it, and we are taking all your feedback, and of course our IBOs from Europe. They are telling us that they do not want to do a Croatia trip in the cold month of April of next 2021 for the cruise that you qualified for 2020. So that's just one thing I want to talk about. So for many of those that have just joined Life Farm, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to really hash or talk about the 2020 cruise so much, because we are still working through what needs to be done and what's the best options. But those who qualified for 2020, those like Robin, Joan, and your teams from all over, I know you've worked so hard to get on that cruise that we wanted to get on this past June. And as we all know, we can't get on it, and it's already passed. And we are not looking to do another cruise to replace that for 2020. So with all that happened, you know, very much I know that our North America and Oceania IBO said, well, dang it, it's not our fault, you know, it's, you know, the world and the pandemic. It is what's happened to the world. And that's why, you know, I couldn't answer yet until I had everybody on the same page saying, let's make this happen for North America and Oceania. And thank you so much to Thorsten, our new VP of Europe. He is all on board with having our EU cruise be opened continuously. Every year it's going to be now open as a global incentive trip. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put everybody on allow to talk, because I really want, I know you might not want to be on video, and it's okay if you're not on video, but I'm going to put everybody so that if you have questions that you can talk to me, and if you want to just talk to the rest of our group, we're here to talk together. So I'm going to put, I know that you're not on video, which is fine. You do not have to be on video, but this is going to be where Laszlo, hello to you, and Nina. I'm going to put everybody as, you know, put yourself on mute if you need to, but I am going to allow everyone that's in this meeting to be on allowed to talk mode, and then you're all muted until you want to talk, and then you can unmute yourself if you have to, because I want this to be about you understanding the rules and understanding the EU incentive trip is now open to us. And there's some questions that came up with me from even our team internally. And so because of that, I want to be able to ask you, I want to answer it for you. So I'm going to go right to the flyer that is in now officially in the back office. And I will tell you the dates that you have now, just so that you know, it did officially start July 1st as far as the incentive, the incentive for the EU cruise. And it will end, the qualifying period will end next year, February 28th of 2021. Now, the great thing is, okay, before I go into it, one thing that I want you to all know is that when you look at your flyer in the back office, the rules and points that is on the back, is in the flyer, it says the #1 rules right here. It says, well, maybe I don't have it. Sorry, guys. For some reason, it's not here. It's not listed. But it will be listed, and I will show you in just a minute. Oh, yep. Incentive rules, page 6. #1, I want to point this out to you. The date is wrong on the second portion. The cruise travel incentive runs from March 1st through February 28th. The new qualification rules are effective July 1st, 2020 through February 28th, 2021. So just so you know, marketing, I just was working with them, and they're going to make that change. So what does that mean? What it means is, all of you who didn't know it, we have already had a tracker that was built by our IT team. Okay, they already have it built so that we can see whether you're in North America, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Russia, whether you're in you know, Indonesia. Our system allows us to see if you were going to participate on an incentive trip like this, where are your points currently? So the good news for all of you is that you didn't have to do anything. And February, the beginning of March 1st, we were already tracking your points. So we already know where you're at and where so from March 1st, whatever you've been doing with your business, great job. You earned points for this cruise that we are now open to our markets. Does that make sense? I want to make sure I'm explaining that correctly, and tell me if I'm not. This is your opportunity to ask me. So what does the cruise entail for 2021? We don't have the date yet, because our team and our job with your help is we're trying to secure a date that is going to be very much safe for us, because we don't know what 2021 is going to bring us as far as with COVID-19. We don't know about this global pandemic. Our goal is to have it either June of 2021 or September of 2021. We still don't know yet, but we do know we're going to keep going and building your business by getting you this incentive trip that you are going to work hard for. Am I right? So this is all that you have to do. Be able to see the world by building your business, earning points, qualifying you, so that we're tracking the points. We will do our job to get that for you. Your job is to continue what you love about Life Farm. So you collect and you earn. So the cruise the Mediterranean, you qualify for 1 ticket and a shared cabin, and you can earn points to get a full cabin with 2 tickets for a private cabin. You collect and you earn, and we're also going to be allowing you, because we're opening the travel cash to maximize your fun, is that you get to earn travel money up to $750 US money by earning beyond the required points to get your cabin. So far, does that make sense? So you can use your travel cash to pay for your travel to and from the port of call, go on excursion, do some months shopping on the deck. All these things are pretty much what has been consistently the EU cruise, how the European IBOs have been able to earn the last few years of the EU cruise incentive trip. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I want to know right now if you have any questions as far as just this part. So very simple, isn't it? So now I'm going to go over with you 4 simple ways to earn points every month. And I'm going to really talk about the 2 things first. And I really want you to understand it so that you know how generous this company really, truly is. Okay? This company is about helping you get the most out of your business. So 4 simple ways to earn points. You've been doing this already, and now we're going to go back since March 1st, and we're going to have our tracker calculate all the things that you've already been doing as a business builder. Okay, so if you are enrolling anyone, new IBO or PC with a 300 CV or above, and your first generation, you get 300 points for all your first generation that is that category. Does that make sense? Second generation, so the person you enrolled, that person's enrollment is your second generation. That if they did some with 300 enrollments, then you're getting the 200. And a third generation, you're getting points for the cruise for your third generations of enrollments. To me, that's a huge win. Number 1 category of earning the most points are through your enrollments. So whether you've done it already or you're working towards it, now you can work towards their goals of, now I know this is what I get. Oh my gosh, heck yeah, I'm going to start enrolling people at 300 CV and above, because you get the most points from for the people that you're helping get started with Life Farm. Enroll higher, you earn higher points. Very simple. Does anybody have any questions about the number 1 category? All right, let's go to number 2 category, rank advancement. As you grow, as you climb, as you become a leader and really grow your business, and you're getting to reach a new rank. And every time your personally enrolled IBOs achieves a new milestone, you working together, you helping one another succeed, you will all benefit from it. So rank advancements. So what does that mean? So someone just recently, Miss Joan, your team members, your 2 team members that became Ruby just recently, well, they are going to get 3,000 points from just rank advancement. And anyone that ranked advanced back in March, anyone that ranked advanced back in May, back in June, back in July, again, those are things that we want to recognize you, and you're just getting points because you grew your business and you developed a strong team, which I think this is very simple to follow. And look at your first generation. So your first level of people that you help, when they rank advanced, you're getting points as well. I think that's pretty amazing. Okay, this one, host meetings. I didn't get a chance because our marketing team member, amazing marketing team member, right now we're not able to update this for you, but I will tell you that we want you to host meetings. Doesn't mean it has to be a face-to-face, in-person because of social distancing. Your virtual meetings, like Joan, where she is doing it in Australia, where she's phenomenally hosting 2 to 3. Miss Irene in Oregon, she's hosting and she's training. When you do a physical or virtual meeting, again, I will have more details about this, then we will give you points for that. You just have to submit it to us. We just need to know who attended, how many people attended, and it would be even better if you let us know when you're doing it, because we will send you the details and update this on how you're going to get points from this. Number 4, group of 5. What does that mean, a group of 5? It just means when you help for every 5 personally enrolled IBOs or preferred customers on auto delivery of 100 CV or more. IBOs must have one or multiple group of 5 personally enrolled first generation to qualify for these points. So if you have it, when you and your team are on a higher auto delivery subscription, you'll earn more points. So you and 5, so your group of 5, yourself and 5 people on your first generation, when they are on 100, you get automatically these points, okay? Do I have any questions? Let me see if there's anybody that has any chat questions here. If the new enrollee bought 2 orders in their first month totaling 300 points, would that work as 300 cruise points? If a new enrollee bought 2 orders, okay, what are the 2 orders? What is that CV? It's all about CV, Robin. So if a new person enrolled, okay, so enrollment, number 1 category, if the new IBO enrolled at 300 CV, then you get the 300 points, and that is 300 cruise points, okay? Does that make sense? If the new enrollee bought 2 orders in their first month totaling 300 points, would that work as 300 cruise points? According to this, every time a new IBO or preferred customer is added on your first, second, or third generation, then you get the points just based on what they've ordered as their enrollment orders. Okay, and what's great is that your second generation and third generation, you're getting points from their CV. Does that help? I hope so. Here's some examples of many ways to share a cabin. How to earn, here's one of the many ways to earn a shared cabin. So 4,500 points is half a cabin. Half a cabin. 9,000 points is a full cabin. So we're just giving examples here of enrollments, and really want to make sure that we help you with this and understand it. Personally enrolled 3 new IBOs or preferred customers with 300 CV. That's 300 times 3, you got 900 points. Okay, that's first generation. You enroll somebody 3 IBOs with 200 CV, so 200 points times 3 IBOs gives you 600 points. You enrolled 3 IBOs with 100 CV, that's 100 points times 3 gives you 300 points. Then you became a bronze. You became a bronze, and that bronze, when you rank, you get 500 points. But then you hosted 2 meetings. You hosted 2 meetings, you submitted to our hosting events email, because there was instructions on how to do that. You got 200 points. And then you had a team, from the team that you enrolled, a team of 5 that were on auto delivery with 100 CV for 4 months. Then you got 100 points, 5 IBOs times 4 months. That's 2,000 points. Does that make sense? Because it's per month. So we counted it. Each month that you have a team of 5, a group of 5, and they're on 100 CV auto delivery, the system will automatically says, boom, you get 100 points. And if you're doing that every month consistently as a leader, then it's going to be times 4 months, times 5 months, times 6 months. So that variable, that 4 can be 6. It could be 3. It could be, 8, depending again on how many how each month, if you are consistently as a leader keeping your group of 5, at least a group of 5 on 100 CV auto delivery. Make sense? Now, let's say, wait a minute, I want my own cabin. What do I need to do? So here's examples. You enroll 5 people and they're all on 300 CV, then that's the math. You enroll 5 people on 200, that's the math, which is 1,000. You enroll 10 IBOs or preferred customers on 100 CV. That's 100 points times 10 gives you 1,000 points. You became a bronze, you got 500 points. Then you did all this, a massive enrollment of new team members, and you became a silver right away, and that got you 1,000 points. And you hosted 5 meetings instead of 2. You're like, every month I'm gonna host a meeting. For the next 5 months, I'm gonna host a meeting. Just host a meeting virtually. You get 500 points because it's 100 points per meeting. You did 5, so that's 5,000 points. And you helped your group of 5 maintain their auto delivery, 100 CV or more every month, and you did it for 7 months. So that's 3,500 points. That's 9,000 points, and boom, you did it. You earned your private cabin, okay? So let me ask you, do you understand so far what this all means? Because this is really awesome. I want to make sure that we understand how many ways to earn. Any questions about what we are covering so far right now? Awesome, thank you. I'm glad you understand. Incentive rules. This is the part that I'm gonna just tell you. This is the page number 1 that our marketing team didn't catch. So I want you to know the qualifications, the new ones that we're doing is just because of the flyer. That's all that it is. Nothing really has changed. But remember, number 1 here is wrong. So I apologize for that, but everything else will be the same, okay? Incentives, this is the rules. Nothing has changed except for number 1, the date was typed in wrong. That's all. Cruise ticket has no cash value. It is non-refundable and is non-transferable. I don't know how many times I have to repeat this because I know at the 9th hour that some of you will ask, well, what's going to happen to my cruise that I earned? You earned it because of an incentive that our company is offered for 2020. Unfortunately, just like every incentive trip, it does not have a cash value. So if you're asking, well, can I get cash from this? No, it's not doable. I'm so sorry. I know that's like a very harsh way of saying no, but it's because you're already building and you're already getting the compensation from our company as far as our core, this is an incentive. This is a bonus, right? We are paying all this so that you can keep building your business and experiencing great success. And then we want to reward you with an amazing trip. So it's really to grow your business, to have you grow yourself, grow your team, and really feel like you can be a part of an incentive trip where you come together with our global company, with our IBOs from other markets, and then you get to be able to share and really share best practices. That's really why an incentive trip, a global incentive trip, is needed, and it's so important. And it gives us an opportunity to really represent and really to celebrate your successes, right? So with that, I want to talk about frequently asked questions. Do I need to be on auto delivery to earn cruise and travel points? It is a yes. You as an IBO must subscribe on auto delivery with 100 CV or more to be eligible for the 2021 cruise and travel incentive. It is a must. What happens to the cruise points that I earned between March and June of 2020? Don't worry, you get to keep those points. All those points are earned from March 1st through March 20 count towards this cruise incentive. So the tracker will reflect that. Can I earn travel and cruise and travel points by hosting meetings? Yes, you can. Hosting physical as well as virtual. Okay. So I have another question. Let me see what that question is because I see a chat popping up. I really like it. Will my 300 points IBOs count if they order 2 times to get 300 points in the same month? If it's an enrollment order, you get the points, you get the equivalent of their CV. So that's a great question. Would it was not one if sorry, will my 300 points IBOs count if they order 2 times to get 300 points in the same month? As long as the enrollment orders, team, okay, it's an enrollment order. It's not just their auto delivery. So if they enrolled at 300 CV, you're going to immediately get 300 points. Now, if they do auto delivery and they're doing auto delivery at group of 4, remember group of 4 is what you're going to focus on here, okay, Curtis? If your team members does 300 on their auto delivery, okay, and you personally enrolled them, then yes, you will get 300 points. That's the column right there. But it's got to be 5 team members each month being on that auto delivery at that higher CV, and you are also on a higher CV, will you get to receive their auto delivery points, their auto delivery amount. Does that make sense? Because I don't know, because I got to make sure you guys understand. Category 1 is only enrollment orders. Category 4 is your team, once they are a part of your team and they're on auto delivery and you have a group of 5, then you are able to qualify with the group of 5. But you have to have 5 in order to be able to participate in that category 4. This category 4 is so that you have 5 team members, including yourself. And that's so that we reward behavior on maintaining auto delivery. Auto delivery at 100 is huge. Auto delivery at 200 gets you 200 points. But you as the enrolling person, the one that wants the cruise points, you also have to be on that auto delivery at 200 points, plus 200 CV, plus your group of 5, and then you get 200 points from each of them 5. I'm sorry, total 200. Let me go back to the screen so I can show you. Let's go back to it because I feel like it's confused, like right here. This is the part that you'll want to focus on. If you're saying, will my 300 points IBOs count if they order 2 times to get 300 points in the same month? If they maintain it as auto delivery and you're on auto delivery and you've got a group of 5, then yes, you'll receive their points. Hopefully that answered it. I think I may not have answered it correctly for Robin. Let's see. Would the 2 orders be added together to give me 300 cruise points? If the enrollee bought their first order, I think I've already answered that. It was not 1 order of 300 points, but 2 orders their first month totaling 300 points. It has to be an enrollment order. It has to be at the time of the enrollment. That's just the rules. Sorry, hopefully I'm answering it correctly. And please, if there's anyone else, Peter, if you're on this and you feel like I'm saying it incorrectly, by all means, correct me. But my understanding is it is based on our enrollment orders at time of enrollment, okay? And if they're adding to it later down the road, it will not count unless it is part of the auto delivery, which is category 4. Okay, thank you. All right, let's talk about what we need to do. Like now we want you to really, that's where I wanna work on the next Wednesday is let's get started on how can you strategize and really build your business. How can you really do what we're showing you as examples, scenarios? This is a huge scenario, and I think you just need to say, what is my goal? I need to get to 9,000 points. And when do you want to get to your 9,000 points? I see a lot of people building so fast, and to me, if it was me, and I'm your team member here. I'm your corporate liaison. I'm not your boss. I'm a business coach to you. So what would you do is, I believe, the busiest, the slowest months are August. People typically are busy with family. They're getting busy with school. It's like, summer vacation. Everyone's like doing everything. And it's just like, it's that summer lazy month period, right? So to me, it's when you need to go, okay, what am I going to do? Hosting a meeting. You can host, there's no limits. So we're not saying you can only do 20 meetings. You can do, like I know leaders that are doing twice a week training, virtual training. Turn them in, their training meetings. Turn them in. Count them and send them over to us through our events na@lifefarm.com so that we can, again, the IBO submission, there's an IBO submission event form. Like it's a link. It's very simple in your back office. That's all you have to do is submit it, and we get the email notification that you submitted a virtual hosting meeting. So we want you to get points from that. There's no minimum attendees required. Great question. Not at all. We're not saying you have to have 10 people for this. Let me just double check. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just double check. Am I wrong here? Let's see, for event hosting. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not making it a requirement that you need to have a minimum of 10. Virtual meetings, you can have 5 as long as, again, you're just doing consistently. Virtuals, I don't think we need to be restrictive of that. Do you guys agree? Because I feel like it's already hard as it is to keep doing what you're doing. So I myself don't feel like we need to have a limit, a requirement on how many people should be required in order for you to count that meeting. That's just my opinion. And I really feel like I need your feedback to let me know if that sounds good to you. Because we want this to be doable. We want you to achieve it. And for me, I think now that this is a time, the month of August is to help your people that started in July. You help your people in June, help your people in April, and of course May. Like, just get back to them and say, oh my gosh, guess what? We have an incentive that is huge. It's an EU cruise for 2021. You want to get on it with me? Let's have it be a team building event. Let's work together. Let me support you. Let's do this together. And you work with those people that said yes, that they want to get on this cruise with you. And you do a team call with them. You do a team training with them. And that way you get that going and they get excited. I'm very open to your feedback because we still haven't finalized how the points, the rules of how to host your meetings. So I'm fine if you say, hey, let's have a minimum of 5 5 people. I like the number 5. Wiki loves the number 5. It's a lucky number for him. He believes in the power of 5. So how about we say, you're hosting your meetings, have to be at least 5 people in attendance. And if you don't, you know what? Invite me, invite Peter, invite each of you guys together, and we will be a part of your meeting. It's the most important thing is we want you to have a purpose to your virtual meetings, to what are you doing? I will say it has to be at least a product testimony. It has to be at least, or a business presentation. It has to be anything to help your team or yourself grow in this business. It can't just be, oh, let's spend 15 minutes together on a virtual Zoom, not talking about business, not talking about Life Farm, not talking about the products. Would you agree with me on that? So that is it for tonight. I wanted to keep it really very short, and I really wanted to be about what can you do to earn this incentive trip. Frequently asked questions. This is all in your flyer, but I won't go into it because I'm going to save that for next week. And I would like just to know from you leaders, how many of you are ready to be a part of our virtual training business boot camp and to share a 2-minute video of why you joined Life Farm? If you say yes, I would like for you to send it to myself or to Peter, because we want to showcase you at our virtual training business boot camp on August 29th. And that means if you don't want to send me a video with yourself, if you want to send me a picture of yourself, our team, our marketing team, will put a slide with your testimonies, just like what I've done with Irene when she has a picture of herself and her testimonies with her words. So right now, my question to you all is, any of you that would like to share your testimonies or share your videos, my invitation is to please send it to me by this Friday, so that I can give it to our marketing to get it ready for our virtual training business bootcamp on August 29th. And with that, I want to thank you all. This means a lot for me that you stayed plugged tonight, just to learn and have your questions answered about the cruise. And I know that there are still some more questions that you might not want to ask me, and that you may want to ask Peter, you might want to ask our customer service team, and that's okay too. The most important is that you get excited that this is happening. You get to participate in our 2021 global cruise to go to Europe. And we will do our part to make it right, to make it work. We are right behind the scene. I know that the VP of Europe, he is working with the cruise line, with the event company that we've hired, so that they can do all that work. And I can share this with you because I asked the W's. I said, in the past, how many people have attended this global European cruise? It's been over 350 people. And I said, wow, 350 people. So I told Wiki, I said, well, guess what? We're going to have another 150 from just our North American Oceania market, and we're going to have it be filled with just Life Farmers. And the cruise line is going to have to just reserve the entire big cruise for just us. And Wiki was like, let's do it. So imagine if we had 500 IBOs being able to be together in this big cruise line and be able to participate and just have team building activities and conference. We're going to still do stuff on the cruise together. So our job is to make sure that you are working hard at building this business so that you get to go on the cruise for 2021. And not only do you get to go on it, but everybody that you're helping get started with Life Farm, that they get the opportunity to really see and experience an incentive trip that the company pays for them while they're just building the business, just organically, naturally, doing the things that you're doing every day, but earning points for it. And if I've missed anything, please don't hesitate to email it to us. We want you to know that we're here for you. My email is marthaw@lifefarm.com, or eventsna@lifefarm.com. So good night, everyone, and I will see you next Wednesday I'll see you at our next Monday webinar, next Wednesday's webinar as well. Take care.